Okay, everyone, I wanted to finish up what I was saying about this print. What I really thought was strange is the fact that the date this was taken was right here. And if you scroll down, you'll see that that is approximately March the 8th or 5th, somewhere in that date. Yet the date of this print is December 7th, approximately. Now, obviously, they didn't take the screenshot, whoever took this and emailed this to me. They did not take the screenshot of this on December the 7th, because had they done that, they would not have seen all this other pattern. The screenshot was taken here on approximately March the 5th or March the 8th, somewhere in that area. And this print was showing up. So the question is, I didn't take this print. It was emailed to me from someone. So the question is, did all these days, for every single day here from December 7th all the way till March 5th of 2010, was that print showing up every single day, all this? And the answer to that is, I doubt it. Very, very unlikely. Almost every single print I've got shows up on the date it was taken. So if he took this on March the 5th, it should have showed up right here, right on this print. You look at all the other ones, and you can see here's the Russell 2000 one. Again, this is IWM. As you can see, the date that was taken, it showed up on the date it was taken. Same thing here. Some of these other prints that I've got, the date that you took the screenshot, it shows up. The next day, it's gone. Same thing on this one. These are all these prints, folks. They show up. Same thing here. They show up on the day that you're taking them. Here's the one on the VIX again for 349.42. That obviously would be some type of nuclear bomb going off to cause the VIX to skyrocket that high. But it's not showing. In previous time, it's showing right there. Looking at every other print I got. Okay. Same thing here on this one, on the Russell 1000 index. It's showing up here. It's not showing up 3 or 4 months prior. JP Morgan print, same thing, showing up here on the date that the screenshot was taken. The next day or the day after, the print was gone. Same thing with the Goldman Sachs print showing of let's see, what is the low there that day? The low was, well, let's see, I know it's here somewhere. $13.10, I believe. Yeah, that's what it was. I have it marked up here. $13.10. That's where I marked it. But you can see whenever they decide to take Goldman, it's going to be big. They're going to probably indict some people and throw them in jail, and good. Whenever they finally decide this will be a company that's going to be sacrificed, just like they did with Lehman Brothers. And that's pretty much what's going to happen with them, I do believe. And the same thing with JP Morgan. As you can see, they'll probably sacrifice it as well. As you can see, the low on in here at least is 31.02 on that one, which that could just be a nice big sell-off. But anyway, this one here is more recent. This was sent, a friend of mine sent me this, and again, this is the ES for, or I'm sorry, the TF, which is the futures for the Russell, and this correlates with about, what was it, 59 or yeah, no, 49, 749 area, I believe is what that is. for the Russell futures. Okay, yeah, I marked it right here, 749 for the TF for the Russell futures. So that I do believe is going to match up with this print here. I definitely think that they're going to match up together, and then of course you know, when let's see silver fake print, we know that one's coming. Whenever they do squeeze silver, it'll run up to 84.30 is where it's going to run up to, maybe just the first stop before it backs off, but it's going to run up, and that'll be whenever they sacrifice JP Morgan, because those are the idiots that have been shorting it and manipulating it heavily by keeping the price of it down. Which, you know, I mean, I guess that's about the only good thing to do. I mean, I don't mind paying cheaper for goods and services that have silver in it. If it's just about every piece of electronic has got silver in it, from your flat screen TVs to your computers to everything, they got solder joints and they all got silver. So it's, as far as I'm concerned with that, let them keep the price down low. I'm okay with that. You know? But I'd like to see the price of gold go down too, just so our dollar would be worth more, so we could buy more. So I'm all for deflation. Let's go deflation. Buy goods and services at cheaper prices. It's good for us, the consumer. Bad for the government, but you know, screw the government. You know, they're crooks, they're thugs. So unfortunately, this fake print showing gold at 3,500 again will eventually be more likely the truth of what's going to happen whenever the dollar finally dies, pretty much, which I'm sure is planned. I put a link for Benjamin Fulford's stuff, and that is let me see if I can't find it. I'll open it here in another window for you, and so anyway, let's continue on some of these prints. Boom, 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 boom. Okay, so we have our Apple fake print. I hadn't shown that. That was sent to me as well. When Apple finally, you know, falls, it will do one of these numbers, and look at where it's hitting, a perfect rising trend line right to the flash crash. This was a real print, which was the flash crash price. So when this thing finally does roll over and die, this is where it's headed. Okay, I don't think it's going to do that in one day, of course not, but I do think it's going to go to that level, and that appears to be about low of 212.52. What is 212? 212 is a significant number because that is boiling point of water. The boiling point of water, folks. Just like 666 is the mark of the beast, and 911 is the emergency number, phone number that you call. These are all ritualistic numbers. So 212 is boiling point. So whenever that happens, don't know when, of course, but whenever that happens. Now, here was that IWM print again. Okay, we done showed you that. This Alpha Horn one, this was again, Alpha Horn sent me this after the fact. I wish she would have sent me this before the fact, so I would have known it. But this was a print that was taken at midnight the day prior to the flash crash. So this print here is a fake print. That did not happen. Well, it did happen, I mean, but it's a fake print. But it happened just a few shares. I don't know how many shares it was, I forgot. At approximately midnight. And then the very next day, boom, it happened. But who would have ever thought that it was going to happen within one day? I mean, I would have thought a print like that would have played out over the next month or two. So that just kind of goes to tell you that you never know when these prints are going to play out. You know, like this one here, you would think from 155 all the way down to 1310, that would take months to play out. But if they sacrifice Goldman Sachs and come out with something negative, it's done. I mean, it could do that within a few days, literally go bankrupt. I wouldn't say, I don't know, maybe a week or so. But it's hard to believe they could do that, but they could. So, let's see, the Benjamin Fulford link here. Let me see here. And get that for you. If I can find it. Where the heck is it? Bum, 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 bum. Boom, boom, boom. Well, now that irritates me that I cannot find that print. Bum, bum, bum. Dun, dun. Today, okay, well, anyway, I did put it. I'm going to pause this a second and I'll find it and be right back. Okay, the cool thing about pausing this and going right back is that you didn't even know it. You didn't miss even a second. So here's the link, galacticfriends.com updates Nisera-Canada-HTML. I did put this on my blog. The link to it's directly on my blog. Under this weekend post, under my name, I just put P.S. Here's the link to Ben Fulford. And it's more than Ben Fulford. This site manager, this woman here, Tammy Dixon, just posts Ben Fulford stuff, but also posts some other interesting stuff here. The JFK story that I think I posted a link on that where the driver actually shot him, which the driver was, of course, one of the Secret Service members and was one of the ones that shot Kennedy, and of course for the rest of Jackie Kennedy's life watched over her and protected her. Yeah, okay. Basically enslaved her and kept her from going public with what really went on. Anyway, if you scroll down here, you'll see what Ben Fulford talks about, and it starts right here. Benjamin Fulford. And this was the report from November 24th. That's his latest one. I'm sure he'll probably do one over the weekend here, but it's not up yet. And, one of the things he points out is the January 30th deadline. Now, his deadlines have not been accurate. And he's getting a lot of his information from a lot of different sources. And you got to understand that a lot of this is going to be misinformation. And so it's not all going to be accurate. So we know that. So you can go there and read this story as well. But I think Reinhardt also mentioned that pretty much it's going to be late January, early February before he sees anything happening. And that's just what I tried to figure out from looking at his Enterprise Corruption blog and trying to figure out the pictures and read through the writing. So anyway, you can read this. The link is on this post on my blog again. And basically there's another post here, his prior post. If we scroll on down, you'll see the other post. Let's see, one more down here. And this one, okay, this one is for November 15th. And this one, he talked about the missile, the false flag that Wild Colleen mentioned that it was the Palladians, the aliens that are the good aliens, supposedly, that they shot it down. But Ben Fulford says that was misinformation, that it was not that. It says they used an electrical magnetic pulse weapon to disable the missile carrier that was planned to attack Iran. See, I knew that was a false flag event that they were trying to do, and they just failed at it. So the stuff was right. There was an event planned, and they were planning on attacking Iran. And he goes on to say that it was misinformation about the Palladians that stopped the missile. But so the United States government, I guess, was saying it was China, or they were saying they don't know. But I think it was definitely one of our submarines that launched it, trying to start a war with Iraq, and now they're trying to start one with North Korea. Our government had one of our U.S. subs shoot down a South Korean sub months ago and try to get a war started. But that failed. So just keep that in mind if a war does break out, folks. So anyway, that's it. Good luck, everyone. See you guys.